Yo, what's going on, Troop? Welcome back to Trade Recap. Today we fucking cleaned the fuck up. Most of this shit was off stream. Took a very, very small trade on stream, and then I dipped for that bit of consolidation in here. So we're gonna go over all the model entries that you could have taken. By the way, quick shout out all of my fucking boys today. I believe we had 10 past accounts. I don't even know. I'm gonna throw them all up on screen today. All the people that passed accounts that are my boys on the screen. Look at that shit. Wasn't even. Come on now. You have no excuse, bro. You have no excuse. They fucking crushed that shit today. So shout out them. They did fucking fantastic. We're going to be going over all my trades that you could have taken and the trade that I did take and why I didn't take certain ones. So off the rip, okay, pre-market consolidation, manipulation off of our pre-market lows, continuation through the pre-market highs. Did not take anything in here. This is perfectly fine. Like this guy right here is perfectly fine. This was fine to take. Didn't take it. As far as my reasoning for not taking it, I believe I was low-key still getting my shit set up. My chart layout's a little bit fucked up nowadays. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to get this monitor active with a chart as well for you guys and have that one over there for me. It's kind of like got me all combobulated type shit. And not to mention, I'm not even running on high octane right now. No Schneefer, no Samax, no Adderall. What are we doing? None of it? Clean? 170 milligrams of caffeine, that's it. Rolled out of bed. Pure hatred for the world. No darts. No fucking non-jing darts. Cooked. No Marble Red 100s. Cooked. Already a bad day. Not to mention. Okay, so I didn't take anything here. It was fine. Didn't take anything there. This move is perfectly fine to take. I said it on stream. I said this is perfectly fine to take. The reason why I did not take it is because this is a continuation model after PO3. We had PO3 at the highs. This is a continuation model. Okay. Meaning we were able to push beneath, essentially sweep out all the lows, then have a pointer breaking structure through those lows. I don't know where that pointer was. Donde está? Right there. There's your little pointer. 2 pointers, 2 swept pointers. You got to test those continuation pointers to the downside that you could have taken off of those FFEGs, off of our manipulation high. Take the continuation through the low. The reason why I do not take those is because I am on fresh XFAs. I do not take continuation models on fresh XFAs. Those are the weakest types of setups. They have the lowest win rates. So personally, not going to take that because I'm trying to build up the buffer on these accounts. I will instead prefer to take things that are like manipulation lows, manipulation highs. Not really manipulating off of it. It's kind of a manipulation. It's a self-made manipulation, but it's really just a continuation, right? We had PO3. Self-manipulated, continue through the lows, delivered with a pointer off of our FFEG. Probably, I forget what it was, an IFFEG on ES or some shit. Delivered down to EQ range. And then we had our bottom tick we caught. Y'all were just fiending for the bottom tick. And again, I don't like AMs as much as I like PMs because PMs give me a lot of time to like get adjusted to my levels and shit. I've been getting on really early for the markets to just sit on pre-market and just watch because it really gets me ready for AM. I need like an hour and a half roughly to even feel comfortable to trade AM, and I didn't have that today. I woke up a little bit late. So I'm doing my best, boys. I'm trying to get adjusted to this new shit. You have to understand, I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm giving you guys your entries and doing my entries as well. So it's kind of complicated. But I usually do it in 2 phases. I'll do my bottom ticks and my top ticks as well as my pointer entries to get multiple contracts in. Oftentimes the setups don't always create the pointer. If it's not going to be a large leg, it won't have time to even make the pointer. So in this case, I actually bottom ticked this swing low here. You can see that on the stream. If you don't know already, I stream all of my trades. You can go in here and you can figure out, kind of watch when I did that. You'll see somewhere in here. I know I'm doing my little dancey shit. Yeah, there. Oh, you can't even see. Yeah. Yep. You see, you understand. Okay, that was our little trade that we took there. Had a pointer breaking structure off of the FFEGs created from before. We can go back through and kind of look at that actually, but I got the bottom tick and then I filled on the pointer. It was great. I think there was another lower time frame one in there too. Might be tripping on that shit. I don't remember. Maybe it was just a 5-minute. Yeah, so I've got my bottom tick entry and then filled more on the pointer breaking structure, whether it was on ES or NQ. I think we had the swept pointer here, but there's also another one on ES. I filled reaction to the FFEG, filled at the bottom tick, entered more on the pointer breaking structure. And then I actually said on stream, I forget where it was, but I did say, I was talking about like right here, I was talking about like inverse bias or some shit. And to be honest, I actually should have maintained that. Full transparency, this is on me. Again, chart layout was fucked. I had a bunch of shit scattered and I accidentally clicked the unlock thing. I don't know if you've ever seen that where you can like unlock and lock all the drawings. I clicked unlock and I was moving around all my shit. like I had like manually drawn everything out. I had like a list of things, and I was moving all my shit around, so it was inaccurate. So I was actually right about the top tick. You can go back through, you can vet me on that shit. I set it inverse bias something, and then I actually closed the inverse bias on a pointer, which I shouldn't have. There was no reason to do that. There was nothing for you guys to take, but it was perfectly fine for me to hold my bias down because we never had anything else to do. So I was actually right for taking this trade. Now, as far as where you could have re-entered this trade, we had a continuation through the lows. Boom, continuation through the lows. Another continuation through the lows. Pointer breaking structure, validation of the range. And you just take this motherfucker. Any of these pointers are perfectly valid. Pointer. Either of them are valid. There's multiple different time frames. We can go in and we can find them. You can even use the indicator, the 4 minute, the fucking 5 minute, the 3 minute. All of those are perfectly valid. The 6 minute. All of them are valid. Literally, pointer fucking like deep, bro. Miami of pointers going on over here, bro. Left, right, and center. They're all around you. They're shaking their fucking pointy asses on your shit. If you miss that, you are fucking cooked. You're cooked. Continuation through the lows. This one, why can we take this one? It's because, or at least why can I take this one? Because it's not a continuation to EQ. Continuations to EQ after PO3 have the lowest chance of winning. Not saying, like, I don't really operate based on like a world like, oh, I'm not going to take it because the win rate's lower. If I'm on a fresh XFA, I don't, especially because this one created low time frame inefficiencies, this continuation model, meaning I would have to go higher size here based on my model. You guys know when it creates low time frame inefficiencies on the sweep, the pointer that forms after, you go higher size. If I were to do that and it were to fail, I start off in XFA and deep drawdown. I don't like to do that. It's just a personal rule I have, and it's something that I don't like to put onto stream. I'll say like, oh, you know, model entry this, model entry that, but like, to be honest, I'm going to be fully transparent. I'm not taking that shit. I can't. And then we had a continuation model through our lows here. Perfectly fucking fantastic trade. And then a beautiful retrace. All these lows, right? I get these questions a lot. Like, what's your bias? What's your bias? Guys, you got to be dynamic at these lows, right? Any one of these lows can be a bias setting low, right? What you're waiting for is a pointer validation of an FFEG range and a draw on liquidity. And that is all you need. If you get that, then you can inverse your trade. If that inverses, then you hold the continuation again. Right? And that's exactly what we had. I believe there were multiple entries in this as well. 3 minute swept pointer right here. 3 minute swept pointer as a reaction to our set of FFEGs. What you have to do is you draw out your 1 minute sweep test. If it's already been tested, it's not really been tested at this point. If it's, in this case, the short that you're in must close. I did bottom tick on this again, but very light. I did not fully size in this shit because at this point I passed another account and copy traded to 2 more fucking XFAs. I didn't have a lot to take on a lot of accounts, so I was kind of cooked. But it was nice. I think I made 1.3 on this, if I remember correctly. I think I made 1.3, including a past eval as well. 2 past evals on the day. So, okay. Dude, some of y'all be sending me reels like I'm your damn girlfriend, bro. I'm going to be honest. Some of y'all be sending me some crazy shit, okay? Pointer breaking structure, you test that lower time frame draw. It's an untested draw, meaning we don't have any conclusion as to where it's going to go. So the shorts that you were in are fully out here, and you're entering on the longs. How we trade on the lower time frame determines how long you hold this trade. We trade through that draw. The moment you wick through that draw, you drop to any other time frame and you wait for a pointer, right? Because you've already been able to push through the draw. At that point, you'd be allowed to have a pointer reaction to a new FFEG that can deliver against you. We never had that. Literally, fucking another pointer entry there. You could have sized in there if you wanted to. I only had 2 entries in this again, the bottom tick as well as the pointer entry. I don't like to take the additional pointer breaks in structure that happen after because every impulse or every implied move only has 1 pointer by definition. They'll only ever have 1 pointer. Everything after could happen as a result of the FFEGs created off the draw and liquidity. But like every root implied move is only going to have 1 guaranteed start and 1 guaranteed end. And so I'm only going to take it at those levels. I'll fill at the bottom tick and I'll fill at the pointer. That's my 2 fills, okay? So usually what happens, I'm getting in a little bit before you guys on stream. I'll kind of say, well, I'm feeling this and feeling that, and then I'll say, okay, pointer entry. And that's how I'm able to get my average lower than the pointer in most cases. It's pretty cool. So at this point, targeting EQ range. We have no high-res draws and liquidity to target. We have no SMT. It's just a pure same swept low, so we have no strong targets. What we're doing is we have to test EQ range. We have to prove EQ range, meaning we need to look at EQ range and say, hey, do we get PO3 in EQ range? Well, we have no high-risk targets. You can set your high-risk targets in here if you want to. That would be 1 high-risk target. Didn't have any of them set. I didn't do any of that shit. I was literally up so much on the day. I was hardly in on this. I think I was in 5 MNQ on this particular move. We'd still bank like a motherfucker. It still did very, very well. But not really going to be trimming that much at that point. You're going to get PO3 long before that. So yeah, right to EQ range. You can see fucking fantastic move. I believe, where was it? 3-minute pointer right there. 3-minute swept pointer. You would exit on the swept pointer, assuming that you traded towards the draw, and we did. That is your exit. And as far as entries go, you can totally take the entry to the downside, assuming you don't get a pointer to the upside. We get a pointer to the upside, bearish pointer, bullish pointer, and then I believe, where is it? Where are you? Bearish pointer. There's your PO3. Bearish pointer, bullish pointer, bearish pointer, PO3. Cookington, bro. It's over. It's over. Nothing. Chopped cheddar cheese, it is over, it is done. There's nothing for you to do. And we've actually still been trading within that range. So yeah, so there was other trades I could have taken on this day that I didn't, mainly because of where I am on the accounts. I don't like to make a lot of my decisions based off of like my own personal biases because it's just not going to be correlated with the implied moves. But sometimes when you have fresh accounts, you've got to make more responsible decisions. And as much as I would like to take those shorts, it was against my rules, which are fresh XFA, do not take continuations to EQ, has a substantially higher rate of failure. So bottom tick on the low here, retrace to EQ range, instant rejection. It was a nice little trade, nice little schmink. Inverse bias held. I should have held my original conviction, sized in on the pointer. What I should have done, held my conviction, sized in on the pointer, and then taken the same exact trade, like literally the same exact trade, except I would have had more fills at the highs, and then taken it to the bottom tick to the next pointer, inverse bias yet again. I would have been out on the bottom tick, fully out on the pointer, inverse on the pointer, same exact rule set here. This was the better execution out of all my trades. I'm a little ashamed of this one because it was just, I fucked up. You know, you guys see me win, and I win all the fucking time, but even when I win, like, I'll still feel like shit for not performing at 100%. You have to understand, I don't lose trades like, you know, these other fucking goobers. I just don't. But I do have days where I know I could have done better, and you have to understand that no matter how good you get, there's always improvements. Now I know I have to create a new layout for my fucking charts. I can't let this happen again. It's just unfortunate. This is just a reality of my rule set. The rest of this was great trading. I was very happy with that. Very happy with how PO3 landed in here. It was fucking fantastic. So great price action today. Hopefully tomorrow and Friday can also finish up this week well. I know yesterday was not as great. Monday was fantastic. Today was very good. Hopefully we get some good price action there. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Use code TROOP at checkout if you want to get my indicator for a discount off, as well as code TROOP at Apex for 80% off accounts. I think they have 90% coming soon, but 80% off accounts right now. And I'll be live tomorrow for my trades as well. Like I said, I really do wish I could have done better with this trade here, but again, sometimes you have little mistakes and you just got to be open and honest and transparent about that shit. You can always do better. The moment you think that you're done and you can't improve anymore is the moment you've already lost. So always know you can get better. Always know you can improve. I know there's a lot of people that watch these videos that have already gotten payouts that are still just trying to study my model because you can always improve. And that is way, 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 way more important than getting a payout, right? Knowing that you can be dynamic. I improve all the fucking time. That's the reason why I have everything I have. That's the reason why I have Squid. It's because I constantly research, I constantly backtest, I improve. I tweak, I refine, I tweak, I refine. What did I learn from today? I need to wake up even extra earlier, right? I need to wake up maybe an hour even earlier than how I've been waking up. I need to have better screen manageability, right? I need to get more mods to ban Jeets in chat. Is what it is. So anyways, boys, hopefully you enjoyed the trade recap, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Deuces, boys. Love you guys.